Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel and the start of a brand new Football Manager 2021 series. Now I need to give a little bit of an apology to you guys because I feel like since the Arsenal series finished back in April, it was an extremely successful series on this channel and I've never quite got back to those levels of consistency since then, and it's been a bit disappointing for me, disappointing as well for some of you guys, but I'm hoping to end FM21 on a little bit of a high. So we're going to get recording again, and I want to do something that's a little bit close to home. We're going to be doing a series with Brighton. I am a Brighton season ticket holder. Can't wait for the stadiums to open again and the Premier League to be back to where it was with fans in the ground. I'm sure you guys will all agree. I am going to be sat, you might be able to see it on this picture, on the second tier, right in this corner on the front row of the second tier. I've got absolutely banging season tickets next year. I'm going to be taking my son with me, and I cannot bloody wait. So if you guys are looking forward to a brand new series on the channel, please do drop a like on today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new. This is going to be our series to see out FM21 and get this channel hopefully back on track. I think going forwards as well, we're going to have a few other Brighton things on the channel as well. Once FIFA 22 comes out, we're going to have a Brighton career mode, see what we can do with them, see if we can guide them to a bit of Champions League glory on FIFA 22. So really looking forward to that. In terms of the aim of this save, because we've literally got about 3 months left of FM21, it's going to be a case of I'll probably be able to do about 3 or 4 seasons. I'd really like to win a trophy. You know, make sure that we stay in the Premier League, but really try and push on in the cups a little bit. So let's have a look at what we're going to be working with going forwards in this save. And we'll start out with the objectives for the season. In terms of the Premier League, the board want us to avoid relegation. With the squad that we've got and some of the signings that I'm hoping to make, we should be able to do that. FA Cup, they want us to reach the 5th round, and the Carabao Cup, they would like us to reach the 4th round. We will enter at the 2nd round, so we've got to get through a couple of games in both cup competitions in order to satisfy the board this season. Now regarding the squad, we've actually got quite a big squad for the size that I usually like to go with. But let's just do a little bit of analysing here. Let's see who the best players are. So 2 players here at 4-star current ability. Lewis Dunk, the centre-back, has been at Brighton since youth. He's been there since 2008. He's made over 280 appearances for the club. He's their captain, their leader, and he's going to be a real leader for us in this save as well. Really looking forward to seeing how he gets on. 14 heading, 13 marking, 15 tackling. Bravery at 17. Probably should be a bit higher if you ask me. Decent jumping reach, 6'3". He is, on paper, our best player at the club. Followed by Adam Lallana, 32 years old now. Of course, came in from Liverpool the season before last. He's done all right for Brighton. He's not sort of lit the world up or anything like that, but he's a pretty consistent performer. Even though some of his physicals may be dropping a little bit, he is still a class player. 16 first touch, 17 dribbling, 18 technique, 16 off the ball as well. He should be really, really good for us. Then we've got Joel Veltman as well, who plays at right back. Of course, he signed for Brighton from Ajax at the beginning of last season. Should probably be our first choice at right back, but I do want to use Tariq Lamptey as well. I really want to bring him through. But again, brilliant attributes for him. We've still got Ben White. Of course, there's massive rumours at the moment that he's going to go to Arsenal for about 50 million. But as I record this video on Saturday night, he's still a Brighton player, so we are going to be using him in this save. Of course, he went to the Euros with England, didn't get on the field, got on a couple of times throughout the friendlies beforehand, which eventually got him in the squad. But Ben White's going to be a quality player for us, and he will be a first-choice centre-back. Now, of course, another player who was rumoured to be on his way out this summer, but it looks like he's going to stay, is Yves Bissouma. Should do really well for us in this save. Quality player. He's been at Brighton since 2018. But he's highly sought after by quite a few Premier League clubs at this moment in time. So we'll see if we can keep him around as well. And we're also going to be having, when I can find him, this is a completely updated database, by the way, Enoch Mpu. I think that is how you say his name. He's nicknamed the Computer for one reason or another. But let it be known, this guy is going to be an absolute baller in real life this season. Keep an eye out for him in the Premier League. He's come over from Red Bull Salzburg for a decent fee, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on in this save. His attributes aren't amazing, but looking forward to giving him a go. Now, in terms of potential ability, we have got some potential stars in this squad. No more than 5 players who are down as 5-star potential. Of course, Tariq Lamptey. Some of you guys will have seen him in the Premier League in real life. He's coming on leaps and bounds. Had a little bit of an injury towards the end of last season. Physically, absolutely fantastic. He's tiny, 5'5", but 20 acceleration, 16 pace, 14 work rate, which I really like in a fullback stroke wingback. Not brilliant technical attributes, but he's only 19 years old. We should be able to bring him on. Leo Ostergaard, who today played in a friendly for Brighton against Rangers, had an absolute banger of a game, apparently. So he's another one that we need to look out for. Mental's really, really good. Physical's okay. Technicals, yeah, all right for a centre-back. 15 heading, 14 marking, 15 tackling. Well, he's down as a fringe player, but we'll probably get a few games out of him this season. A few of the Brighton lads are saying that, you know, if we sell Ben White, we don't need to necessarily buy someone else. This could be the ready-made replacement from the youth team. Now, we've also got Jacob Madeira as well. Played a little bit last season. Decent attributes, plays in central midfield, deep line playmaker. We can bring some of these attributes, these technical ones, on a little bit. 6'2", so he's quite a presence in central midfield. I think he went to the Euros as well with Poland. So, no, Poland weren't in the Euros. What did he play in? Were Poland in the Euros? I can't remember. It's going to bug me. I've seen him play for Poland. I've seen him play for Brighton. He's a good player. Trust me. He's going to be decent for us in this save. We've got Zakiri, the Swiss player as well, plays out on the right-hand side. Inverted winger, left-footed, breakthrough prospect. Again, he will probably get some game time, especially in the Cups for us this season. Now, I'm not going to waste your time and go through every single player, but we have got some decent prospects. Actually, I'm going to do one more. This guy, the goalkeeper, Kel Sharpen, probably absolutely butchered his name, but he's come in from Ajax this summer in real life. He's 6'8". He's an absolute monster. He played for Brighton against Rangers today in a friendly, and he's literally almost taller than the crossbar. It's ridiculous. Now, I have identified a few areas in the squad where we do need to bolster a little bit. So those 3 positions are centre-back, left-back, and probably on that left side of midfield as well, the inside forward. So I've put a few players on the shortlist who I would like to sign. A big target for me, especially at left-back, is going to be Greg Taylor. You guys might remember we had him in the Arsenal save at the start of FM21, and he was really good. Really, really good at Arsenal. So at Brighton, he should be even better. Valued at £3 million, he is wanted by Al Duhal. He's wanted by them. So I think if we can get a bid in for him, if we can get him for that £3 million, then he should be decent. Who else have we got in those full-back areas? Jack O'Connell, who could play centre-back or left-back. I've got a little eye on him, but he is quite expensive at 19 million. I really feel like we need another centre-back. Jamal Lascelles is on my list. Again, though, could be a little bit ambitious at £14 million. Philip Benkovic looks decent. He's at Leicester City. Now, I'm not sure what kind of game time he gets for them. He's wanted by Dortmund on loan, and he's being scouted at the moment. So we'll see how he turns out. But Philip Benkovic could be a decent prospect for us, and he'd probably end up being one of the first choices. Chris Meppen, who's at Bournemouth, 15 heading, 14 marking, 15 tackling. Physicals are okay. He's got really good mentals. Technicals aren't too bad. So another one that we're going to keep our eye on. This guy here, it could be a potential bargain. 135,000. Plays at centre-back as a ball-playing defender. He's got all the attributes that could prove to be really, really good in the Premier League. His vision isn't that great, and he's not got brilliant technique. But aside from that, he looks decent at the potential to be a backup centre-back. We also had Federico Rica as well at left-back. He's currently at Club Brugge Valued at 3.7 million, wanted by Brentford, Crystal Palace and Norwich. Can we pip them to a transfer for him if we cannot get hold of Greg Taylor? Greg Taylor's definitely going to be the first choice there for me. And then on that left-hand side of midfield, again, we might be being a bit of ambitious here, and we will have to generate a little bit of money. Brian Umbo, how the hell do you say his name? No idea. Plays for Brentford. He's left-footed, can play on the left or on the right-hand side. 20 years old, French. So we're giving him a little bit of a scout as well. See if we can maybe bring him in to help us out. Daniel James, who Brighton have been linked with in real life this summer, just for probably a loan move. We may be able to get him on loan. He's a fringe player at Old Trafford. He is on quite a big wage, though, so whether we can get him through the door, I'm not too sure. And then, finally, Anwar El Ghazi of Aston Villa is also on my shortlist. Right-footed, plays on that left-hand side. He'd fit perfectly for us in that inside forward role. So those are the kind of players that I've got my eye on. Now, like I said, some of these guys might be really ambitious because our transfer budget isn't massive. 5.4 million. Our bank balance isn't great either. We need that Premier League income coming into the club. The wage budget is just over £1 million a week. We are almost up to that, so we're definitely going to have to sell before we can even think about buying. We have got a few players that are on the transfer list. The first one being Jason Steele, the goalkeeper. He's not valued at an awful lot, only 425k, but we've got 4 goalkeepers at the club at this moment in time. Shane Duffy is another one. He's just come back, of course. In real life, he had a loan at Celtic last season, valued at 7.25 million. Whether we can get some interest in him or not to bring some more money in, I am not too sure. We will find out. Locadia is he can play in a couple of positions, actually. He can play on the left or he can play at striker. It's never really quite worked out for him at Brighton. He's another player who I've put on the transfer list. £8.5 million, his valuation. So if we can maybe get him out of the door as well, there's a chance that we could really make some of these signings, but we should be able to get at least 1 or 2 in. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments, who should I sign from my shortlist? Is there anyone that I'm missing out on that could really come in and do a good job for me in those positions that I've got down? And of this current Brighton squad, it's quite a big squad. We've got quite a few fringe players. Is there anyone else who I should be looking to get out of the door? This video will go out on Sunday, so I need you guys to get those comments in because I'm wanting to upload again potentially Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Have this transfer window done so that we can get that Premier League season started. Now, staffing-wise, we're not the worst, but we're not the best. We're very sort of middle of the road as it stands at the moment. May look to bring in a couple more coaches. We've got 5 out of 7 at the moment, so if we can bolster that, that would be great. Not really too many more that we can bring in on the recruitment team. We're way over on the scouts at this moment in time. That'll probably be looked to something that we look to improve next season. Physios we are going to bring in some more of. We've only got 1 at this moment in time, so we need to boost the medical team a little bit. Now, tactically, as it stands, I'm not fully decided yet. We're only on day 1 in the game, but probably going to look to play a 4-2-3-1. I've changed a couple of roles that I wouldn't normally have or haven't really played this season. An inverted winger, Leo Trossard's going to play in there. It is the best role for him, and I think that he could do really well in there. Of course, he did go to the Euros. Got a bit of game time with Belgium as well this season, so could be a key player for us. Inside forward on the right. Usually if I have an inverted winger on one side or an inside forward, I'll have a winger on the other side. But we're going to chop and change it up a little bit, see how we get on. But overall, we're going to try and be positive. In possession, we're going to make sure we play out a defence. We have got the players to do that. Defence and obviously goal scoring is going to be key for us this season if we want to stay in this division. But hopefully what I've put together will work for us. And we have got opportunities in August to go and get points in the Premier League. Our first game of the season is at home to Southampton. Then we've got Wolves away, which will be tough, and then West Ham back at the Amex, which will be tough as well. But when I look forward, October's a difficult month. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, going to be incredibly difficult. We're going to have to win the Brentford game probably. Leicester, Chelsea, Villa. It's going to be a very, very tough season for us. But I think that we've got the squad, especially with a couple of additions as well, that we should be able to stay up. And like I said, I want to do well in these cup competitions. If it doesn't happen this season, we can have a little rebuild in the summer. I'm only going to get 3 or 4 seasons done in this save. We're not going to go winning the Premier League and, ploughing through Europe. I don't think. You never know, but I don't think that we will do. So we're really going to have our eye on a little bit of domestic silverware over the course of this save. So I think we'll leave it there to start off today's video. In episode 2, we will come back for our first game of the season against Southampton. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing who we can sign. Make sure you let me know in those comments what you think. But until next time, guys, if you've enjoyed, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you guys very soon for the next episode. Thank you once again for sticking with the channel. I'm sorry if I've let you down a little bit recently, but we're going to try and drag it back and pull this channel back on track again. And I'll catch you soon.